All right, everybody, what's going on out there? Rooster in Tennessee. This is a customer video before shipment. As always, like to thoroughly test these things before they go out. Make sure they're working. Just an extra step in you getting the amp to make sure it's good to go. That way, if any amp comes here, DOA, I take care of it before it gets to the customer. Of course, after it gets to the customer, things are out of my hands. I'll help you as much as I can. But I can't be there when you hook it up and make sure everything goes right. So I try my best to make sure everything's good before it goes out. Have had very, very little issues with that. And this is a custom amp order. Took a little while to get it. Real busy, Fatboy. Staying real busy. Got a lot of amps going on up there right now. Got a lot coming down here. So it took a little while to get this thing. But this was a custom amp order for Mr. David. It's a 4-pill 2879C with a sideband delay, and having the sideband delay is what made it a custom order. Anyway, we're going to test this thing. We'll test it, make sure the sideband delay works. I'm just going to test it with an AM radio, but we will make sure the sideband delay works before it leaves here, and thoroughly test it on AM. It's been running for about 15 minutes. It's not drawing current, just sitting here, so that's a good thing. Another thing I like to check is our receive doesn't change. You can turn it off, put it on sideband, put it on AM, not picking up any noise. Now occasionally I have had a few amps, when you put the sideband delay on, they'll pick up a racket. Act a little wonky, but that's one thing I like to check. So everything's checking out so far with this guy. We're going to test the output on it, see what it draws, make sure the sideband delay works, and do our best to make sure Mr. David is getting a fully functional amp before it gets there. So anyway, let's get on with the show here and see how much current we're drawing. The little amp here does about 200 watts peak and does about 80 to 90 watts average. Smooth 160, that's on low. Now on high, this thing does about 250 and I think a little over 100 average, maybe right at 100 average. So we're just going to run it on low for the video. You know, there's people out there driving 250 watts PEP into these, 15 volts, and they're seeing some crazy numbers. You know, 1400 watts. The most I have driven one to was at 15 volts, and I drove it to 1250 watts, and I felt like that was more than enough. Coming out of a 4-pill. This 4-pill 2879C, of course. My philosophy is if you're doing 400 watts average and 900 to 1000 watts peak, that's pretty good. But if you really want to get full operating, I guess, safely operating watts out of one of these, I think about 11 to 1200 watts is it. But is the juice really worth the squeeze? You know, I don't know. But anyway, 200 watts peak going in, 14.5 volts. Let's see what we're drawing here. So 400 amp audio, 67 amps. Now that's with our little driver drawing the power too, so that's both of them drawing about 67 amps together. On my power supply, jump up to about 70. You know, which one's more accurate, that's up to you to decide. Okay, average power. Bottom scale, 1000 watt slug. That's about 100 watt day key. Audio 400 average plus. Audio over 400 average. So generally they'll do, with that kind of drive, they'll do about 390 to 400. This one's doing a little bit more than 400. I would say it's a little above average, slightly above average on output. PEP. Audio. I had a feeling it was going to do 1,000. I hadn't even checked it on PEP. Audio That's like 1,000 on the dot. Now, for those that like me to just talk into the mic normal, to show it just modulating normal, we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Audio test. 1, 2, 3. Audio test. 1, 2, 3. Audio test. 1, 2, 3. Just talking normal. Let's see what kind of power we're drawing. Audio test. 1, 2, 3. High 50s, low 60s. Audio. It's not falling back in power. Nothing going crazy there, so that's good. And again, I like to tell folks, after the video ends, I'll let the amp run for, 10 or 15 minutes, maybe longer. Make sure nothing goes up in smoke. Just sitting here running. I like to do that with every amp, so just as a safety precaution. But let's go to sideband and see if we can hear the delay kick in. Yes, we're on an AM radio, but you'll still hear a sideband delay. I don't know if you can hear that or not. You can tell it on the radio. Audio. Then you hear that slight delay. So sideband delay is working the way it should. I guess that's going to be about it to test this thing, guys. It's running good. As far as what I have in stock right now, I've got a 2-pill 2879C, and I've got a 454, 4-pill 454 left. Other than that, waiting on a inventory to get here. So, got a couple guys that have custom amps on order. Trying to keep them updated, but we'll hopefully have some more of these in soon. They'll be AM only. I don't do sideband unless it's something you especially ask for. I'd rather just sell you an RM Italy amp if you want sideband. If I can get those back in stock, but I don't mind getting sideband on these. If somebody really wants it, just know, that it's going to be a custom ordered amp, and it may take a little while to get here if it's not something that I regularly stock. All right, guys, that's it. Fatboy 4-pill 2879C with sideband delay. Drove it with about 200 watts and 200 watts PEP, that is. So I think it'll be a good one. David, I appreciate it, man. I hope you enjoy. I hope it's everything that you expect it to be and some, and I hope it serves you well for a long time. I'll try to get this thing shipped out ASAP, along with some other people's orders I've got to get out. Appreciate your patience, man. I know it took a little longer than we expected, but anyway, I think you're going to come out on top with a nice running 4-pill here. Rooster in Tennessee, guys. Questions, comments, complaints, let me know. Shoot me a text, 423-299-3535. Catch you guys on the band. See you, bye.